Solitude may have just become the one enemy that I didn't want it to be the enemy. If anything, I don't know if it's an enemy, but I would say it's potentially a very toxic friend of mine. I have become so isolated from everybody, but because the internet allows a space where you can pretend or just show a 10% of your life or even 5% of your life, where it looks like you're not as isolated from everything and everyone as you are. Hi, my name is Saam. I am a content creator, a writer, a real estate graduate, master's degree, and currently working in blog management. And this is a day in my life in London. I usually write these articles so that I can narrate them properly, but I wanted to speak from the place of truth in regards to this vlog and hopefully connect with the girls who probably feel the same way that I do. I am an introvert. I am an incredibly shy person. That said, I am a very confident girly, and I am a very, very self-assured and self-loving girly. And I think the two can be mistaken for someone who is public, who is introverted, and who enjoys communicating and spending time with people. I fear that in spending so much time on my own, my social battery has decreased even worse. I have more conversations with myself and probably AI more than I have conversation with just about anybody. People are not stimulating enough for me. And when I find myself in events and situations such as this, especially being a content creator, at times it is very, very difficult. That said, this is how I felt on this day. I had a morning with ASOS, one of my favorite brands, not just to work with, but to wear. And they had this collaboration with Adidas. It was incredible. And the moment that I walked in, the girls welcomed me. They gave me hugs. They had conversations with me. But I didn't have a conversation that lasted even more than 5 minutes because I was wrecked with nerves. And for some reason, I suddenly felt like I don't belong for multiple reasons. Firstly being, influencers are out of touch with reality. And that's a conversation for another day. But to be quite honest, I am more comfortable sometimes being by myself than being in a space where I feel like I have to prove myself. I have to prove who I am. I have to prove my place in this place. So sometimes when you attend influencer events, you feel like you have to perform this grandiose personality where everybody moves like they're Beyonce. And I absolutely appreciate that. They are probably Beyonce to their followers. And so like for me, I've always functioned from a place of I actually forget that I even have a large following on social media, because for me, I will always be humble and human first. So that was one. And secondly, sometimes I feel like I'm out of place with these places because they just feel like an otherworldly experience. So on this day, I felt incredibly anxious and incredibly not fitting in this space. However, I had to remind myself that I have worked so hard, so incredibly hard to even find myself in a place like that. And I have been praying to God for moments like this, where I literally ask him, put my name in rooms that I haven't even entered, put my name in places and tables and clothes and tags and billboards that I haven't even seen. And these are the moments where I have to remind myself that I'm not here to please anyone. I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm not here to do anything out of my realm of being myself in order for me to feel like I belong. I belong in this space because God has put my name in that space. The second thing that I noticed was how comfortable I am being by myself. There was a part of me that as I was walking through the streets of London, it was incredibly busy that day, and I went into this restaurant. I didn't even plan it. I just went into a restaurant and I had beautiful food. This carbonara was incredible. And I remember thinking, I feel like if I went on this trip or on this restaurant dinner solo date with someone, they might have just ruined it for me. And I don't even know why I thought that, but there is a part of me that has just become so comfortable, so addicted to being by myself that I can't see myself doing anything other than. And it's crazy because prior to this, I had a trip planned to Albania on my own, and I went on a trip alone again to Germany before this. Everything that I did this year and everything that I'm doing this year, I have planned in advance as solitude, as aloneness. But there is a fear in me that maybe, just maybe, I have become too comfortable being by myself. I have become too comfortable living in solitude. I have become too comfortable being a loner to the point that it's potential or it's probable that the anxiety, the feeling of not fitting in, the feeling of not being wanted, the feeling of not belonging has been exacerbated by the feeling of being too comfortable on my own. I crave interaction, but I get exhausted by interaction. And so as part of these vlogs, you guys will be seeing me doing things and trying to put myself out there. I cannot promise that it will be every time, because I can promise you this, for the next 3 vlogs, it's solo trips. But at the end of the day, you guys know you are my besties, and I communicate with you probably more than I communicate with other people. But that said, thank you for watching this vlog. Let me know if you relate to any of these emotions. If you're a content creator, if you are somebody who is introvert-passing, extrovert-passing, but actually introverted, let me know how it is like dealing with being in public spaces and interacting with people. Welcome. Love you, bye.